Aaron Rodgers has still not decided what he wants to do yet with his career. There was some speculation he might just straight up say, no, I'm done. There was some speculation that he really wanted to go to Minnesota, but Minnesota said, you know what? I think we're good, Aaron. We're not going to follow the old Brett Favre thing for you. We're good. We're standing pat. We're not interested in bringing you in. But he still has standing offers from two NFL teams, the Steelers and the Giants. And reportedly, the Steelers offer maybe a little bit lower than what the Giants had offered to Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers went to the Steelers to meet with them the other day. And he walked away without a deal being done. And he's taken his sweet-ass time. That's one thing that's blatantly obvious. I think the odds right now, when you do look at the betting odds, when you look at all those things, certainly once he took that meeting and went there, they've kind of really shot up for him to become a Steeler. And I think that's kind of always what people felt was the favorite and the most likely thing to happen. But Aaron's enjoying the fact that, he might not be the 10 anymore, where he's got like the prom king coming up to him one in a day, like all this shit. But he's at least feels like he's a solid 5.5 or 6, and he's the only one left with a couple options here. And I think he ends up with the Steelers. But I think the process and how long it's been drug out, I think it's going to already immediately turn off some of the people in the Steelers organization to Aaron Rodgers coming in and leading that team. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and you even had Cam Hayward the other day make some comments on a podcast, and he had to kind of like retract those comments. He's like, listen, we're not doing no darkness retreats here. This is Pittsburgh. We have our way of doing things around here. If you want to be a Steeler, come be a Steeler, but we're not doing any of that funny business. And that took it as like Cam Hayward didn't want Rodgers there, and then he had to go back and like retract his statement in like an Instagram video or something. Or if he was on a different podcast, I'm not sure. I think Rodgers to Pittsburgh is pretty much all but done. They just have to agree on a number. But if they can't, because we know that Rodgers is a very stubborn motherfucker, he could very well just say, you know what, fuck this. I'll just take more money with the Giants. But I think Rodgers wants to win. I think he knows that his legacy is in question now. Because he's had several great statistical years in Green Bay with nothing to show for it. And then he thought that he was going to get that, same kind of productivity in New York. And, simply that Achilles injury 2 years ago didn't help. And then last year, the Jets were just flat. So his legacy and reputation is in question here. So I think Pittsburgh is his desired destination. I think that's where he thinks that he can win now. But I
think he really wanted to go to Minnesota, obviously.
Right.
I think he really wanted that. And they basically said, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. Right. I think so too. So Pittsburgh would be the next best option. But if the money's not there and if that's not what he wants, then I don't think he'll have a problem going to New York. Although I still think he's going to go to Pittsburgh.
I don't think he has a lot of options. I mean, his best chance of just winning games is probably Pittsburgh. But Aaron Rodgers, man, he's about done. I believe he's just about done. He's, 40, 41,
he's
something
40,
like that?
He might be 41 by the time
50.
By the time the season starts. Yeah.
He looks
all
like
that
he's
ayahuasca,
50.
Man.
Yeah. All that Percocet that he takes.
Yeah, but I think it's probably going to be the Steelers. It'll probably be like a 1-year deal. Maybe an option for a second, but I think this is going to be Aaron Rodgers' last year in the NFL.